Greetings from the Lightning Ridge Trail here at Mount Laguna, 6,000 feet elevation, give or take a little. Just want to talk to you today about hierarchies. Now, hierarchies are frustrating. We run into hierarchies, and a lot of them are bureaucratic, and there's people reporting to people, reporting to people, reporting to people. And if you're too far down on the chain, you don't have a lot of authority. Well, frustratingly enough, Romans 13 says, respect the hierarchy. And that doesn't sit well with North Americans and Western Europeans because we love this idea of freedom. But the fact that Paul says submit to the hierarchy tells us that it's voluntary. And the truth is, we can submit to it or not. But it's better to submit to it. It's better to submit to it voluntarily, and here's why. The truth is, there will always be hierarchies. Everybody can't be in charge of everything. And humans create societies where parents are in charge of children, teachers are in charge of students, bosses are in charge of employees. There's one head flight attendant in charge of the other flight attendants. They all can't be equally in charge. If you've ever been to a committee meeting where everybody's equally in charge, nothing gets done. We need somebody who's going to be able to make decisions. And the farther up the hierarchy you go, the bigger the decisions get. Now, it seems unfair, but the truth is you can't have a totally flat society. You can have a flat society in terms of personal worth, in terms of everybody is made in the image of God, that we respect everybody equally, that everybody is equal before the law, all of those kinds of things. But to voluntarily submit to a hierarchy is the key to a lot of good things, and here's why. There is a lot more flexibility to the hierarchy than you might think. Here's what I mean by that. There's a lot of upward mobility. And how do you move up in the hierarchy if you're not satisfied with where you are? Well, you don't protest. Protesting doesn't move you up the hierarchy. Protesting just weakens the whole system. And that doesn't do anybody any good. Now, we have a right to protest, but the truth is it doesn't get things done. We need to engage in the hierarchy and serve people. It's volunteering and serving and taking responsibility that moves you up. The more responsibility you're willing to take, the farther up the hierarchy you go. And the truth is, a lot of people would love to go farther up the hierarchy without taking any responsibility. But responsibility and authority go together. You want more authority, take responsibility. Come forward at your church and volunteer for something. Take charge of it. Take charge of something rather than just sitting back and watching TV all day. If we take responsibility, we move up. It's a flexible system. People see you as someone who takes responsibility. They promote you. They don't promote people if they just do their job. They promote if they just do what people tell them to do. They promote people who take on the responsibility for something and put a load on their shoulders and move forward. So Jesus said, if you want to be the greatest, you should be the servant of all. That doesn't mean to be humble, to be a monk, to be a nun, to just slither around and stay at the very bottom. That's not the point. If you serve other people and create value, you will be lifted up. And Jesus was somebody who served, and the Lord lifted him up, so that at the name of Jesus, every knee shall bow. That's just a fascinating passage. So if you look at this and you're frustrated by the hierarchy, resist the temptation just to protest. That's just destructive. Do something constructive. One of the challenges, I was talking to a community leader in Wisconsin just recently, great guy. And he said he's frustrated with some people in the younger generation because they protest and nobody joins service organizations. And it's in joining service organizations like church volunteering, the Rotary Club, those kind of things, where you get things done and you improve the community. And you work out issues of justice and you take care of the poor and you do stuff like that. And he's frustrated that it's all a bunch of 60 and 70-year-old guys hanging around doing these things and nobody's stepping forward, because it's in serving that you get responsibility, and you get responsibility leads to authority, and you hang around leaders like that and they see that you've got something and you move up. So if you're frustrated with your station in life, and everybody's got a station in life, we don't get to vote on that. We have a station in life. If you're frustrated with where it is, you want to move up, you want more authority, you want more freedom in your life, take responsibility. Do something good, take charge of something, make it your problem to solve, and watch yourself rise through the hierarchy. That's the good news for today, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.